It's kind of amazing. It's the first film that I ever produced. And to be here after all these years, you know, we now have our 5th Mission Impossible. I love making these movies. I originally, you know, I started producing just out of a love of cinema, and I want to learn as much as I can about movies. And particularly with these kind of films, because it's not just action, it's not just suspense. You have a lot of intrigue. You know, I love the spy genre. I love the theme music. And they're a wonderful challenge to make, and to kind of invite filmmakers and artists to come in and create this kind of world and do very practical kind of action. It's really challenging, and it's fun seeing an audience. You know, I want to entertain an audience. That's what I want to do in whatever kind of film that I'm making. And I'm just happy that audiences find these films entertaining as I do, and so I really enjoy making them. It's big movie making, and so I've always wanted to make films all over the world and work with, you know, a multicultural groups on this kind of project. And that's another reason why I started Mission Impossible. Is I wanted to shoot in Prague. I wanted to shoot with foreign cast and work in different countries with those crews and mixed crews and have that experience. And that's part of what Mission Impossible is. It's a journey that celebrates locations. So you have to go to it. We build sequences within cities and celebrate their architecture and their beauty, the aesthetics of their culture, which is also, you know, when audiences see it, I want to transport them. I want to bring them to these places. Chris and I have the same sensibility in storytelling and the same love of films and the same kind of movies. And really right from the beginning, when he came on, he wrote and produced Valkyrie. And of course, I admired his work before that. You know, he won the Oscar for Usual Suspects, and someone who I just think has a very strong and unique voice. In the nicest possible way, we push each other. And I invite that from the people, you know, I work with. And he does also, to say, like, you know, bring me ideas. Don't, you know, I want to hear how you feel about this. Story is king, and every shot has to forward that story and that narrative. So for me, always, it's what I love about movies. I love a good story, and that's what it is. And particularly with any movie, you know, we're taking that audience, and there's a trust that I feel, and I want to pull them in the same way that I want to be on the edge of my seat when I'm watching a movie. I want to deliver that for an audience, and that is storytelling. We have the team now, and with Ethan and the team, it's always what pressure is down on these guys. And I think we have with Lane, a great villain, and one who is definitely a match for Ethan and for the team, and someone who challenges him emotionally, intellectually. He's very powerful, he's very intelligent, he's elusive, and he's quite scary. And you see right from the beginning, he's constantly eluding Ethan, and Ethan just can't grasp him. And this villain is someone who's put Ethan in a position where he's, you know, manipulating Ethan, and he's really controlling the whole journey, essentially. And Ethan and the team are constantly on their heels. I think she's an incredibly powerful actress, Rebecca Ferguson. Incredibly charismatic, exudes an elegance and an intelligence. She's an amazing athlete, and she herself didn't realize how, you know, as we were working with her, I kept telling her, I said, look, you're really talented. Her hand-eye coordination, the way she moves is very powerful and elegant. And so I feel, and I know Chris feels the same way, we feel fortunate that we found her and that she's in the movie. But I think her character is mysterious and delightful and powerful. And I think, as I do, when I watch her, and I think an audience, that when we screen it for audiences, they're very much leaning forward and very captivated by her. Every day I had a lot of fun with him. Every single day we laughed and still, were able to focus and work hard. And that kind of chemistry that McHugh and I wanted with those characters is very alive there. And, the car sequence, because I'm driving the whole time and he had to be in the car. He totally trusted me when we were doing it, which I was thinking, I don't want to tell him how dangerous this really is. I mean, I'm driving high speed, drifting, in a very narrow alleys and slamming up against the wall. And at times we have cameras hanging off of it. It's not like we had extra pads or there wasn't green screen. I was high speed hammering down those stairs. And I remember just certain seconds, because I have to push it right to the edge. And he just cracks me up in his performance. I mean, it makes me laugh every time I see him. First of all, he's an amazing actor. And he's someone who just embodied that character. He's the nicest guy when you meet him. He's just such a, very kind and humble and, very soft-spoken man. But when he came on as Lane, it was, you're like, this is cool. I mean, I got really excited about it, and very excited when, to see what he's going to do with this character. And as I said, again, he's someone who exudes intelligence and that calculating manipulation that is fascinating and I think quite terrifying for an audience to see.